The 2016 Ontario Volunteer Service Awards are taking place in Niagara Falls tonight, recognizing the hard work and dedication of volunteers in the community.
We're here in the Niagara region to recognize volunteers that have contributed a lot of time and energy to local organizations. We recognize adults who have given 5, 10, 15, in 5-year increments, sometimes more than 60 years of service to a single organization. And youth we recognize after they've given a minimum of 2 years of service to an organization. So we're just here to say hello and thank you to the volunteers for the service they give to the community.
How important, according to you, are volunteers for the community and for the different organizations?
One of the things we say is that more than half of community organizations depend solely on volunteers to deliver their services. So one, the organizations need volunteers in order to deliver on their mandates, but two, the people that benefit from the services, if we didn't have the volunteers, they would just go without the services of the organizations and of the service of the volunteers. So it's essential to a healthy society.
I understand that there are a few volunteers from Cogeco TV being recognized here tonight. How important are volunteers for your organization?
Oh my goodness, without our volunteers, Cogeco TV would not exist, literally. They are the piece of the puzzle, and we wouldn't be able to do our local community television programming without our amazing volunteers. So the Ontario Volunteer Service Awards allows us to nominate up to 9 volunteers per year, which is amazing because we have over 80 volunteers here in Niagara.
What is some of the work that the volunteers contribute to?
It goes from behind the scenes to in front of the camera. So we have on-air volunteer reporters who go throughout the communities to interview community members at local events, as well as behind the scenes. So we have camera operators, directors, audio, graphics, floor directors. So anything that requires for a studio production or a mobile production, our volunteers cover all areas.
Mitchell Glass is receiving a youth award at tonight's ceremony for his volunteer work at Cogeco TV.
Well, it's less about the recognition, more about the time and effort that you're putting into everything that you do when you sign up to become a volunteer. Like my volunteer work for Cogeco TV has meant the world to me over the past little while, because it's like Wayne Gates said earlier in the night, that it's not about the hours you put in, it's about the passion. And I have a passion for the field, and this is my way of being able to experience that.
Another Cogeco TV volunteer, Valentina Garcia Hurtado, dedicates her time reporting and doing program and mobile production.
Cogeco has been like a family for me, and I'm in television. I'm in television production in Niagara College. I started to love television with Cogeco. I started with them first when I was in high school, and then I moved on to college, and I'm still with them. And they have definitely been, how do you say it? They have been with me since the start of my career, and they taught me that television is an amazing career and that I love it.
Tell us a little bit about the Ontario government and why they feel it's so important to recognize the volunteers.
Part of our volunteer strategy, which we're working on, is to encourage volunteers. The rate of volunteerism is on the decline a little bit in the province. It's still very healthy and strong, but we know that in order to deliver services that are needed, we need more volunteers. We need youth to step up and participate in the volunteer activity. And adults, as they leave the workforce and become older, we want them to contribute to the community.
Altogether, tonight's volunteers have put in over 1,000 years of volunteer service to organizations in Niagara. For The Source, I'm Melissa Andrade.